Hi guys, I'm Mar,
Live and direct, it's Sprint Ravers.
and this is the Need to Know. All right, so obviously it looks a little different, y'all. Today, as you guys know, I mean, she got a kid, so sometimes duty calls. So unfortunately, she will not be on this one, but we wish her and her baby well.
Family first.
Family first always. And yeah, man, today's been tough. A lot of people working. I flew in from home back to New York, so came a little late, but show must go on. We here. All right. So I know the people have seen you before, but just to reintroduce for like anybody that's new,
Oh yeah,
just
definitely. So for those of you new to the channel, those of you who don't know me, my name is Sprint Ravers. I am a podcaster, I am a dancer, and I'm a content creator. I've been podcasting for about 3 years now. I've been dancing for almost 6 years now. Also on the side, I work out. I'm very into fitness. If you ever need any fitness tips, if you ever need any nutrition tips, just hit the follow button and you'll be on your way.
as a fact, son, watch his videos because I use some of them tips, especially the dancing, because I was not a dancer before. So
Yeah.
it definitely helped. It definitely helped.
Yeah, bro.
All right, so today, y'all, we are talking about pretty much like vacationing ourselves. Obviously, we are all well, not all of us, but most of us are in our 20s or going into our 30s. And life just be lifing. So
Mhm.
I guess the first question for you would be, what do you do for a living and how do you feel about it today?
All right, so I actually just got a new job as a community associate at the Brooklyn Adult Learning Center. I've been there for about a month and a half. It'll be like 2 months next week. It's a very tedious job. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing too difficult, nothing too crazy or anything like that. So far, what I think about it, I'm not gonna lie. Like the amount. So what I do is that I have to enter data for new students that enroll, such as putting in their applications, and I also have to manage the teachers' attendance to make sure the hours are in and they're accurate, and I gotta make sure the attendances are locked. That way no one else gets into it. It sounds like a lot, but when you do it, it's not difficult. The workload, I'm not gonna lie, it's starting to like catch up a little bit, and I'm just like today, with the whole air quality bullshit that been happening, for the past 3 days. Today I was working remote because the chancellor declared, all right, Friday will be a remote day. Cool. All right. I haven't worked a remote day in like 2 years. Like 2 years, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, this transition is kind of interesting now. So it's like, for some of you that may know, my last job, I was in the teaching field, right? So with that, I was just used to it, making sure the students are doing their work, everybody got their camera on and blah blah blah. But now with this job, it's different now. Now it's like I gotta open up all the websites that I use at my job. I use two screens. So now it's like different that I was working remote today, that I had to switch between tabs and then make sure I answer all the massive emails I was getting. I'm like, I wanna go on around y'all people. Like I don't know. Like I felt overworked, and I just started working
Hmm.
at this place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, no, what the fuck? I already need a vacation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, oh, yo, you can that feeling overworked is a real thing.
Hmm.
And even if you start a new job and then the workload start coming on you, oh yeah, no, you'll definitely feel it, yo.
It's too much. Like me currently, I work remote and I've been working remote for a year and some change now. Like a lot of people think like it's easy, which it is because you're home, so like you're more relaxed. Um,
Right.
but I think the only bad side to remote is like for me at least, like I miss the social aspect of like having other people there or feeling like I'm
Right.
going to work.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it just feels like I wake up every day and just like kind of do the same thing. Um, and then too, like we're remote, like it's a lot more tedious, like you said, like because like, you have so many different tabs open. So like you're responsible for so many different things. Like with my job, I have to I work in like the media world. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
all the movies and TVs and stuff. So I have to be on top of it like for 8 hours within a day, I'm responsible for taking breaks or lunches and stuff. So to me, it's not difficult. Like the work itself is like second nature because I've been doing it for a while. But
Right.
the strainness of it, because it's like it's something routine, and then it's like so much work to do within the 8 hours. It just after a while, it's like you do need a vacation for sure. Like,
Imagine sitting at home for 8 hours straight working.
oh my God. And then when you clock out, it's not like you going home, you already home. So it's like you basically
Exactly.
all day, every day.
Mhm.
And to me, that's like for some people it works, it's fine, but for me, it's like after a while, I need air, I need to go outside, I need
Mhm.
a different environment. So that part in itself is difficult.
I'm not gonna lie. I believe once you prioritize like a daily schedule and develop some habits, then it might not be so bad coming from a remote standpoint. For example, right? Every day after work, I go to the gym. I'm at the gym by like 5:45. And my commute isn't bad because I'm on the LIRR. I take two LIRR trains
Mhm.
and then I walk like down the block to Blink on Farmers and Merrick, right? You know what I'm saying? So if I could, keep those same habits while I'm working remote, it wouldn't be so bad. Or what I can do is I could be like and wake up at like 5 in the morning and then get a workout in early. And then I come back and then I do my daily job. But to think about it, I'd rather do that. I'd rather go to the gym after
Afterward.
I finish. Yeah, because that way, oh, I'm finally outside and oh, I'm finally going somewhere instead of just, getting it out the way in the morning because it's like, oh damn, I'm not going out again now. Cause now I'm gonna cook and then yeah, my dinner and then I eat that.
It's funny. I tried the like working out before work, and
Mhm.
I learned about myself. Like I'm just not a morning person. Like I tried it one day, and then like I noticed like when I was working out, I would do the workout, but I did it with no energy. So like I
Mhm.
it didn't feel like I worked out afterwards. Whereas like when I worked out after work, like I performed better because it was just
Yeah.
like you're just not tired. Like it's one of those things where like I'm just not a morning person. Like I can't wake up. Let's
So
see.
the thing with that scientifically is that yeah, in the night or the evening, whatever you want to call it,
Mm,
you're more energized when you work out because you already been coming off of your job and you have this adrenaline that's running, and then in your mind you're already looking forward to getting a good pump, you know what I'm saying,
mm,
versus waking up, you have to wash face, brush teeth, drink water,
mm,
water fresh, and then you do the workout. I'm not gonna lie, I feel it because once a week on Tuesdays I work from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So I go to the gym in the morning because I'm like, yo, I'm not going to no gym at no 9 p.m. because I have to wake up early the next morning. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna
yeah.
just wake up early and I'm do it, you
Right.
know. And I'm not gonna lie, like Tuesday mornings I catch myself in the mirror when I'm like looking in the mirror after my set, and I'm like, and I'm like, oh damn, I'm over here yawning and shit. But I don't know. It's just again, it's a mental thing that my brain just tells me, nah, you gotta get this thing done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying the central nervous system, plays a big part
Mm,
in everything, working out, working, your daily life.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like a mental thing. Like I have to like constantly challenge my brain to say like I can get up in the morning. For me, I think once I did it a few times, like afterwards, I felt okay. But straight in the beginning, it's just no, like I can't do it. But
Mm,
I know like I have to like retrain my mind because my mind is so it's set on like certain things that I do routinely now that if I was to completely change it, like my brain is thrown off. So my body doesn't function normally because it's thrown off. That's definitely a key to like change your mind into the way you think so that if you want to work out in the morning, like you got to tell your brain, like, okay, I'm getting up at 4:45, 5 o'clock to go work out. Yeah. So,
exactly. And it's funny because even like on my off days on weekends, I be trying to like train my brain because I'm already like waking up at like 6
mm,
every morning. I be trying to train my brain into waking up at like 9 o'clock in the morning on my off day.
Mm,
My brain don't let me. I'm still getting up at 6 on a Saturday morning. And I'm like, fuck, yo, it's so crazy. Like, that's my rest day, days that I go out or whatever, and I'm still waking up at 6.
mm,
I was like, at this point, I'm not so upset with it. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't really make a difference when I versus going out, because going out, like I would get home at like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. And then that's when I will wake up at like 9, 10 o'clock, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the brain is a powerful source.
yeah, there we go. All right. All right, so we're gonna move on to first dates, and how people need a vacation. Obviously we live now in the times of dating multiple people. So what do you feel is the biggest like strain in terms of keeping up with new people when you're first dating them?
So the biggest strain will definitely be starting from square one.
Hmm.
What I mean by that is how you approach this person and what strategy are you going to use in terms of like social dynamics on how this person wants to interact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, does this person like going out to eat? Does this person like going on walks in the park? Does this person like doing any type of activity that involve interaction? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Now it's like when you start from square one, it's like, damn, well, suppose I suggest that, oh, we should do axe throwing or something. And then she's really like, I can't throw axes. Why don't we just go get brunch? And then it's like, well, you know, like, all right, and this is my opinion. And if I wanna feel a way about it, sorry. I just believe that like restaurant dates as a first date is a no for me because
Yeah.
virgin, like you're sitting there for 2 hours, people watching, and then you're sitting across from your date, and it kind of feel like an interview because it's
Mm.
like questions are being exchanged by the two of you.
Right.
Maybe it might be more questions on the other end than the receiving end. And then it's like, why can't we like bond over something else, something that's more like, interactive, more spontaneous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we just do something like that? Like, that's why I prefer activity dates as first dates over restaurant dates. Like, all that Q&A stuff should be like out of the way prior to the first date.
Right.
What via FaceTime, via iMessage, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
For
Get
sure.
all that shit out the way because that is where, you get an idea of how this person thinks. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And then when comfort comes, that's when the first date comes into play. You want to see if you are comfortable around this person. You want to see if you can express yourself with this person
Hmm.
in our real life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm a competitive person. You know what I'm saying? So for a first date, like I like stuff like arcades,
Mm-hmm.
golf, archery, or thrills. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, because it's like it builds some type of competition and friendly exchanges. You know what I'm saying? It don't gotta be romantic exchanges. It can be something friendly, and then that's where you can determine if you can go further.
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing that's straining in a first date is like being on your tippy toes. Because to me, it feels like one, I have to watch what I say because I don't know how you would take certain things. So if for example I say like, oh, I'm like I like sleeping in bed, like I'm a sex addict or something. Like some people would be okay with that, while others would like, oh no, he's weird or something. I agree with you with the restaurant dates. Like I feel like it does feel like an interview. It's weird though, because like the person I'm with now, like I took her on a restaurant date, but before the restaurant, taking her to see like the Christmas tree for the first time. Like we did something together for the first time. So
Mm.
it was less awkward because it's like, okay, even if we're not speaking, like we're doing something that distracts us from like the interview process of like, oh, who are you? How old are you? And then on
Yep.
top of that, and on top of that too, like I agree too, because prior to our first date, we was like speaking on the phone, we was FaceTiming. We already asked like the questions you would normally ask on a first date. So by the time
Yeah,
the first date came, it was just normal conversation versus like how old are you? Do you want kids? Do you see marriage? It's too much. It's just on top of that
exactly.
too, it's just like it's a first date. I don't need to know everything about you. I just want to like enjoy myself and then see if I like you enough to go on a second date. And then once we get further down the line, then that's when like the serious questions come. But I feel a
Mhm.
lot of people ask the serious questions on the first date.
Right away. What do you do for a living? What's your
Yeah.
salary? Do you have any baby mothers that I should know about? Brother, it's endless. It's endless. And
Yeah.
it's like, yo, we're really like losing the main focus here right now in this stage that we are in. We are
Mhm.
in the stage where we are just getting to know each other. We're not even together yet to even be talking about salary and picnic and marriage and them sitting there.
Right.
That should be like, I don't know. I'm not gonna give a timeline on it, but when you're comfortable enough and when you're like way down there, then
Mhm.
you can talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
don't be talking about that shit like on the first, second, third date.
It's crazy.
Fuck that, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like
You know, if I can
I'm
see myself with you long term,
right.
I can talk them thing there, bro. You see me?
Like that, it doesn't matter. We just here to have fun. Like
Exactly.
I don't know. To me, first dates is always it's weird because a lot of times people too like they look at first impressions like very heavy, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes the first impression is mainly because like I don't know you. You're still a stranger, so it's like I'm not as comfortable yet, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll get there like on the second, third. But a lot of people like first impressions. If you have a bad one on the first date, like they just don't speak to you again. Which is, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, at the end of the day, that's their loss. But it's to me, first dates is too. It's too. Like it weighs too heavy for some people. Like it should feel light. It should feel fun. It should be like you know how like subscriptions they give you like a trial period. Like give me like
Mm-hmm.
a 30
30
day
child.
period. And it's like if I want to continue, I'll pay for it and I'll deal with it long term. But if I don't want it, okay, cool. Like I had my fun, but I don't see you past this.
But you see how much that can cause overthinking, that
Mhm.
you have to like rely on a 90-day trial, and then it's like you have so much intentions. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
personally, I feel bad for those people that really want love and they feel like they can't find it anywhere, so they really have to like narrow it down to signing up for dating apps. Dating apps can be very controversial, because a lot of people are not on there, for the same type of reasons. We have people that just
Mhm.
want fling, you have people that actually want love, and then you actually have people that are just bored and just swipe, 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 or click button on, tell them friends, say, yo, look how much girl I like me, look how much man I like me, and them sitting there, and then it's like, are we really forgetting the core of dating apps or
Mhm.
dating overall? You know what I'm saying? And that's why people say the dating pool has a lot of piss in it, because not a lot of people are coming with, real intention. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to meet someone online, figure out how them steer through a phone,
Mhm.
not face to face, going through, your FAQs. When's your birthday? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite food? I'm Ray Tay Tay. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So put that, right, versus a friend you've had for like 5, 6, 10 years.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then on a start, grow the friendship start get stronger, everything. And then it just so happens that, feelings start to arise, and then you
Mhm.
get a lovey, and then the two on the deck and it good. You know what I'm saying? So dating app nonsense versus actually authentically getting to know someone that you've known over the years, and then it just keeps on progressing. Which one sounds less stressful,
Mhm.
right? Versus having to depend on who's gonna be the winner.
Yeah, that's true too. Because then
Yeah.
it discourages you over time when
Yeah.
like you feel like okay, the last five guys I thought would be the Mr. Right and turned
Mhm.
out like he had different intentions or he just wasn't a good guy. So
Right.
now like the more bad you receive, now you start putting in your mind that maybe love isn't for me. But I personally feel love is for everyone. Like everybody has a person.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But to me, I feel like the organic way of like knowing somebody that like you already known is less stressful because there's no expectations behind it. Like
Mhm.
you're not thinking of marriage or kids with a friend you've been with for like 8 years. But with somebody on a dating app, it's like your expectation is already okay, this is gonna be my boyfriend, girlfriend. And if it doesn't work out, then I'm gonna look for the next boyfriend or girlfriend. It's like you put too much thought and energy into something that doesn't need that much energy. It should just happen naturally.
Exactly. Like they're making it seem like it's a whole freaking sport where I gotta win, 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 win. Like you're making it too competitive when it don't
Hmm.
gotta be like that. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not knocking everybody that has joined dating apps because clearly there's been, some people that actually found their life partners through dating apps.
Right.
Big up on yourself. Let's also acknowledge the fact that there are people out there that really aren't, serious about dating, or people that have joined the apps that still haven't grown from their relationships prior.
Yeah.
It's iffy. It doesn't work for everyone. You know what I'm saying? It's not for everybody.
It's
But
not.
my preference, friend side, progress,
Mm,
I'm boom. You know?
I agree. I don't know. To me, I feel like when it comes to dating, it's one of those tricky things because even if you have good intentions, like you never know who's out there, um, like trying to steer you differently. I guess the question I would ask, like, what advice would you give to people who are looking for their person? Like, what steps should they take, even if they don't have a friend for like a very long time and they just want somebody there for them.
My advice would be go out um and meet people that do the things that you like to do.
Hmm.
For example, you go to the gym and you like to work out, very much into fitness, make some friends in the gym. You know what I'm saying? And of course, like, like approach in a platonic way. Don't, try to look the girl and say, boy, you know, say her body fat same way, bro. Don't do that. But, like try feel like give some tips or even maybe ask for, some tips or whatever. It's even if you're not like fully experienced in a certain workout or you're not familiar with this piece of equipment. Again, like go around, be open, and then it could go from there. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Definitely be patient too. Patience is key. Please don't try to overthink it because the more you overthink it, the more discouraged you are going to become
Mhm.
and you're gonna start doubting yourself. I'm kind of speaking from experience because I did reach a point where like I kind of was becoming discouraged and kind of like doubting myself. But I just had to learn like patience. You know what I'm saying? So what did I do? Just keep doing the things that you love doing, and then it'll take your mind off of it. And honestly, it would naturally come when you least expect it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? When you least expect it, you're like, oh shit. Post breakup after like 2 years, maybe 6 months, 1 year, boom, somebody come and then
Mhm.
you just never know when your time is gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So definitely be patient. Go and do the things what you like and meet people that have the same interests as you.
Mhm.
Trust me, there's always going to be something to talk about when someone has the same interest as you. There's no awkward moments, none of that.
Yeah.
None of that shit, yo. And it's so relieving, yo. Whether it's dancing, gym, arts and crafts, meditation, all them thing there.
Mhm.
If you guys got the same interest, make conversation about that.
Yeah. It just works. I would say like the biggest advice, like you said, is just patience. I think too many people are when you force it, you're not gonna find it, or you'll find something that you don't want. feel
Absolutely.
like I feel like when you focus on you yourself and you do the things that you love, like somebody who is similar will just naturally come to you. It's one of those weird things where it's like I always heard that, but I never believed it until it actually happened.
Yeah.
It's just like it's one of the most relieving things because when you with somebody that doesn't get you, it's like you feel like you have to
You have to pull teeth.
yeah, it's just like I
That's a
gotta
critique, yeah.
have to try to get you to like something. It's just it's so much easier when it's just like, oh, you like seafood, I like seafood too. Like let's just go get seafood. Like it makes sense. But somebody that okay, I like to read books. Oh no, I don't like reading books. It's like I can never take you on a date where like books are involved because you're gonna be bored.
You're gonna be bored.
Yeah.
Bro, I believe that's where I kind of went wrong in my last relationship. Like, she didn't like dancehall. She didn't like dancehall dancing. She never really liked, arcades and all them sitting there. And then I'm just like, damn, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, like there were a few things we shared interest in,
Mm,
but it was like, yo, she wasn't even like open to like
they're trying.
doing. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, I was the open-minded person and like, oh, let me see what she got going on here with this thing that I've never done before.
Mm,
It's like it's definitely pulling teeth, and that's just something that why are we going through that?
yeah.
Yeah. But we're not dentists. You see.
Right.
Mhm.
That's the thing too. I'm not saying like you got to find somebody that likes exactly what you like. Even if you find somebody that likes half the things you like, at least if they're open to other things, it makes it easy too. Because if they
Right.
open, it's just like, okay, you might not like basketball or something, but if I get you to watch it and then you end up liking it, it works for me. So
Yeah, you're right, exactly.
like I don't for me, I just can't be with somebody that's closed minded. Like that's the worst person to be with. Like I can't do it.
The worst, bro. And and it's not fair when like I'm actually being open-minded, but you really don't want to do the things that I like.
Yeah.
Bombastic side eye. Bro.
Oh Lord. All right, so I guess the last question I'm gonna ask, um, if you could like take a mental break from everything, what's the number one thing you would do?
Solo trip.
Solo trip.
Solo trip. Listen, ever since this year started,
Mm,
on two solo trips, yo. For my birthday, I went to Orlando, Florida, and spring break, I went to LA. People, when I tell you there is absolutely nothing wrong with taking a solo trip, you are like detached from everything that you go through in your everyday life.
mm,
Detached from work. You're detached from you know, daily, duties that you have to deal with. Yo, like mentally, you're just away from all of that, and it's so relieving. Like
mm,
a solo trip, yo, like I highly recommend it, people. And listen, don't think, oh, but doesn't it seem boring? Don't you feel lonely? Not exactly. Once
mm,
you plan your itinerary, when you're booking your vacation.
mm-hmm,
An example, right? My birthday. This is a good example. I went indoor skydiving. I did things that I actually love doing.
mm.
So I went indoor skydiving for the first time, enjoyed it, highly recommend it. The place is called iFly. There's an iFly in Long Island, people. I mean, New York people, yeah. If you're out of state, I'm pretty sure there's iFlies in
I say,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely. So, you know, put that on your bucket list. And then the next day I went to Universal Studios because I love amusement parks. You know what I'm saying? Yo, like even though it wasn't a long vacation, long trip or anything, you just need a few days away. And then
Yeah.
I'm honestly like once you return, you will feel completely reset. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? Don't wait on your friends to save up their money and then you guys plan this group trip and then next thing you know, 2 weeks before the trip or 3 weeks before the trip, you have that one person where saying, yo, you know, say me not gonna make it, brother, because me not no money. Nah, just get up and just do it. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Because you're not wasting any time. You get to get things done especially the things that you want to get done,
Hmm.
yo, it's there's so much out there for you guys to explore. And trust me, you will not regret any second of it, and you would not take back the fact that you came up with this spontaneous idea to travel the world or the country by yourself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Safety, obviously, is the number one, concern. So, for safety tips, if you're traveling out of the country, especially if you're not familiar with the country, if you're staying in a resort, please stay on the resort.
Hmm.
Not go within 20-30 miles radius. Please don't do that because you will end up in the real ghetto. And you don't want that because I'll be done out there and then them can do some fuckery. You see me?
Hmm.
Uh, Also, if you're traveling like to another state, um, I would recommend public transportation, to be honest, because the public transportation can be very beneficial and cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Um, if Uber works for you, just make sure again your mile radius is affordable and within your budget.
Hmm.
Please don't go within no 20, 30 miles an hour because those prices will catch up to you, especially if you're not renting a car and you're not on a license.
Hmm.
But if you have a license and you just want to spend money, yeah, make sure you plan to rent a car. You know what I'm saying? You really don't want that Uber to, catch up because some places are like maybe super far from where you're staying at.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Um and a lot of people would definitely be friendly depending on where you are. Like when I was in Orlando, it's the South. Everybody's friendly. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? People would have compliment how you look. Them would have chat to you over some food where you get or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've had people freaking talk to me at what name or Universal Studios,
Hmm.
like complimenting my hair and all that shit, and then asking me where I'm from and all that. It's good to have those type of conversations. It's relieving because somebody new that you're meeting, and
Right.
then it can make your day, whatever it is that they say. Make sure the funds are good. You know what I'm saying? Wherever it is that you're staying, make sure you're satisfied with it. Please do the research prior. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Do the research prior because a lot of people can be fooled by what they see on paper, you know what I'm saying, versus the real experience. Not that I've experienced it, but you know, I wouldn't put it past. That's why I always make sure I read everything thoroughly. You don't want to freaking end up in a hotel where there's no free breakfast available and you gotta go out and buy some blood clot IHOP. Yeah, come on, bro. Like,
That's how
no,
much. Yeah.
we can't do that, bro. You see me? And yeah, people just start traveling. We're not getting any younger. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I'm seeing a lot of people on social media. Everybody's overseas, right? Yo, I've seen like maybe like four people on my IG: Las Vegas, Puerto Rico, Costa Rica,
Hmm.
what name? Venezuela. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it's like, yo, we need to get up and go. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Mhm.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like we still young, and it's like there's a whole world to explore. And I think that's the beauty of traveling in itself. Like I've never taken a solo trip. I would want to. Like I used to be scared to do it, but the more I see people do it, I'm just like what's the to me, I just wouldn't take like an international trip by myself. But
Definitely.
in the States, I definitely would. Like that's not a problem. But
Right.
traveling as a whole, like I always support anybody traveling. I think like staying in New York is like you're only gonna know what New York looks like, but there's like a whole world that's like different people, different cultures. It's like
Exactly.
it's so much out there and it's beautiful.
It's brand new, bro. Like,
Mm,
for example, when I was in LA over spring break, LA kind of like reminded me of New York in a way
Mm-hmm.
but it's like seeing palm trees in LA just new. Like, I don't have palm trees where I stay.
Yeah.
You have some branch and leaves on them sitting there. We're not on a palm tree, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's like whenever I see palm trees, I just know like I'm kind of in paradise. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I got that difference when I was out in LA. And then the time difference too. Oh, yo, bro, like
Yeah.
going there, my flight was at 7 in the morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get to LA 10 a.m. their time, right? So 10 a.m. over there is 1 p.m. here,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So I'm like, yo, wow. And I'm not feeling no jet lag, none of that. I still went to the gym in the hotel. I still did that. I'm like, damn, like, yo. And then but it's like, yo, I really got like a long ass day ahead of me. I could have did something that day,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like I didn't know what to do, to be
Yeah.
honest. Because I was kind of on the border of Inglewood, and them say, yo, Inglewood are the kind of ghetto. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
say, yo, kind of see it, you know, cause I watch the people when me the go 7-Eleven, and then I'm like, yo, yeah, I move a certain way, but me no business about that. But when I went to like Santa Monica and when I went to Rodeo Drive,
Mm-hmm.
get it, yo, completely different vibe, yo. I was like, yo, everybody's outside, everybody's looking nice, drop top car, their bow tie, everything. I was like, yo, this is why I love traveling, yo, because you're expanding your horizon. You're seeing things that you're not used to seeing every single day. You're not going to see drop tops like that in New York unless it's the month of June, July, August.
Mm-hmm.
And this was April that I was in LA and I'm seeing drop top people outside, now them nice clothes. I take picture and them a muggle pan Rodeo Drive. Cause Rodeo Drive are for the rich people, you know. I
Yeah.
wanted to see the experience because it's like you have this strip of Gucci, Louis, Chanel, Polo, Burberry, Whitney, Alexander McQueen.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, like all of that, seeing that, it's like, yo, this is like cool. Like it feels so official that I'm on like one of the most popular like strips in our world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, damn, to be a part of that, to be on the strip is a very nice feeling. You
Yeah.
know, and so you guys need to, you know, experience these kind of things because I think when you're in life, it's temporary. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
short.
Yeah.
So you can't waste no time. You see me?
None. None at all.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So again, we're just gonna like let you reintroduce, well, not introduce, but like let the people know where you are, what you got
Definitely.
going on, and then
Yes,
the
definitely,
socials.
people. Yes, people. So as you know, podcasting, Millennial View, you can follow me on IG at the Millennial View _. Um, fitness. I'm starting a fitness page. I might as well drop it here right now. Sprint strength conditioning with underscore at the end. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm off my TikTok same way if I want to learn some dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Sprint_ravers on TikTok. And the IG, sprint specialist 2_. People, don't waste time. Take risk and you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Mm-hmm.
Quote by Wayne Gretzky. Respect it.
That's a good quote.
Mm.
All right, y'all. This has been a great one. Again, of course, Ree, we miss you. But
Yes. Reed,
hope
big up
all,
yourself.
yeah, hope all is well. But
Big up
until,
Luca too.
big up Luca.
Yeah.
Until then, y'all can follow me _ we want more. Same thing, Instagram, Twitter. Y'all can also follow the show's page on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. It's TNTK Show. As always, thank you for watching the show.
And that's all you need to know.
All right, y'all.
Mhm.